friends, it's Carly and I am back finally with the final review of the second wave of Age of Apocalypse figures. We are looking at the BAF today. I had really hoped to do this live for you guys, but I'm actually going out of town. So instead, I'm just recording it and we will have a live tomorrow to talk all about everything that we've seen so far and everything that's coming next. So without further ado, let's take a look at our Colossus. I have to say that this is a figure I was really stoked to have even before I found my renewed interest in Age of Apocalypse. Just because, first of all, I don't have a Colossus. And second of all, he's just so imposing and impressive. So I was looking, of course, like I always do, at his Marvel stats, and Colossus is 6'5", 700 pounds. So Peter is pretty impressive. And his role in the Age of Apocalypse, I did a little bit of research. I don't want to do too much because I haven't read it yet, but his brother became one of the four horsemen, or one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. After he kills War, he's impressed Apocalypse so much that Apocalypse makes him a horseman. So Colossus starts fighting alongside Magneto and just like ultimately like loses his will to fight after he meets and falls in love with Kitty Pryde. They get married. He just is sick of fighting the same fights over and over again, so he decides to teach other X-Men. He comes out of his semi-retirement a couple of times, once to fight to rescue his sister Illyana, and another time to fight alongside Magneto again, and it literally almost kills him. So I think he's sort of a really interesting character that I'm going to love getting to know more about, because it seems like he has all this power, but he's also like really sort of just a peaceful guy. Like he really just doesn't want to fight anymore. And I think that the juxtaposition of the way that he feels about continuing the fight, even though he's like a person who is on the side of right and wants to do the right thing, he just doesn't have the spirit to fight anymore when he keeps losing people that he loves. I think that is really awesomely juxtaposed with his appearance, this armored, super massive, super powerful appearance. And I think that this character design really captures that whole expression of his character for me. I really, really like it. I don't even want to say this because I don't want anybody to be upset with me, but I do have to say that I feel that this BAF is a little bit underwhelming. While I love the way that he looks, he is 100% true to the design of the character in the comic book. I love the windswept, ties of his bandana. I love, the color is perfect. His harness is perfect. This is exactly what the character looks like. I do not feel that Hasbro has missed a beat on the actual character design in any of these figures. But for me, one of the exciting things about building a BAF is that it's like a step up from the other figures. So I know coming up I'm going to be looking at the Eternals, and I think that the same thing is going to happen there because the BAF for that series is just a regular action figure. And while this Colossus is a little bit bigger because just by nature he is, he's really not much smaller than our Sabretooth. In fact, he's really not smaller than Sabretooth. And he has this very lightweight feel to him. He's not substantial in any way. Now, that is something for me that is just like a personal, it kind of like, oh, when I finally got it, I just wanted him to feel as awesome as he looks, because he does look really beautiful. Please don't get me wrong there. I love the facial expression. I love the sculpt. The color is perfect. Again, they got the character design exactly right. And he is imposing, I think he's going to photograph really well. He's going to look beautiful on my shelf. But when you think about the Apocalypse action figure, and when you think about Crimson Dynamo or Sugarman, these BAFs, or even Strong Guy, and I felt that Strong Guy was a little lightweight, but he was still gigantic. These BAFs were impressive. And while this is a really beautiful BAF, he just doesn't really feel substantial enough for me. I don't know if it's reasonable for me to feel that way. I know that things are going on with materials and supply chain and all kinds of different things, and I know that you have to temper your expectations sometimes. And again, I think he's going to be a satisfying figure to play with and photograph. And when I have everybody together, which I'm going to do this weekend, I'm going to take some actual photographs using panels of the comic book that I find with my action figures and the previous run. So I'm going to get all of my X-Men AOA figures out, and I'm going to do some photographs and post those. And I think that he's really going to be beautiful in those photographs. But I just wish he was more. I don't even know how to express it. I just wish he was heavier. I wish he was bulkier. I wish he was a little bit bigger. I feel like he could be all of those things, and it's a little disappointing that he's not. That said, everything on him works perfectly. You have to do a little bit of fannying around when it comes to his armor and some positions, but all of the articulation is really smooth. And I would actually say that for me, sometimes I find that that is not the case with BAFs, that they get a little wonky, or it's hard to get them to snap in place. They get sticky. The joints don't work as well when you sort of snap them together yourself. That's not the case with this one. It definitely feels like it was something that you would buy in the package, that it would come together. Man, now I'm thinking of Red Hulk, Compound Hulk, all of these figures that were so big and heavy, and I just wish that he was in that vein. But the articulation is outstanding. This harness, as you see, I was about to show you, but it showed you for me, it does actually snap down. It's under the belt. So you can remove his harness, which I think is a great benefit. I love when the armor is removable, when you can mix and match and do things. This actual ties on his bandana you can remove, so that's great. You can really sort of mix and match the looks that way. And he did come with 2 fist hands, so you know I'm always a sucker for an accessory, and especially BAFs. The BAF figure itself doesn't tend to usually come with an accessory, so that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that. And again, you know, look at, I feel like the detail and the sculpt in his body, his armored body, is really impressive and beautiful. They got the metallics right on this one as much as they missed on Cyclops. This one is gorgeous. I have really like maybe a little bit of a paint issue around his teeth, but nothing crazy. Nothing that is upsetting to me, and everything else looks really, really clean, sharp, and gorgeous. So I am really pleased with the way this figure looks overall. I know I'm gonna love him when he's next to everyone else, but at the end of the build, it was sort of like I snapped the last arm on and I was like, oh, like, yep, there he is. It wasn't a really exciting moment in particular where it felt like this like awesome build that like I had finally accomplished. So I have to say there was a little disappointment in that respect, but overall from top to bottom, I can still give this figure a 10 because he's exactly the way that he should look. He's exactly the color that he should be. Everything about him is exactly what it is in the comic book. There's nothing lackluster about the way that he looks. I just wish he was a little bit bigger and heavier. And that is just a personal bias based on how I feel about how BAFs should be. But I think for anyone who is thinking about this build, who hasn't pulled the trigger yet or has some and didn't get the rest of them, he's definitely worth it. At the end of all of these, I feel like I've been so happy with every single figure in this line and then, or in this wave, and then to have this BAF at the end of it, I feel like once again, this is one of the best waves I've seen in comparison to the first wave. It is miles ahead, and this is a very satisfactory conclusion, I would say, overall to the entire process. So that is that on our AOA Wave 2 BAF series. Please let me know what you guys thought of everything. Let me know what you think about my opinion. I know that it's like a little bit it's a little bit silly to wish for it to be just heavier, but I'm sure there's some collectors out there who know what I mean. You know, even though he will photograph beautifully and he plays beautifully, tell me if you get what I'm saying here. I know that there's got to be somebody on my side. I will be back tomorrow night with a live stream where we will talk about everything that we have looked at here in this series, and we will have some choices about what to do next. I've got other BAF series that I'm gonna look at, even though I'm a little bit behind. We can choose between those. I've got BAF series on the way. I've got action figures that I've been receiving. I still intend to do a video every single day because I've got enough material to do it. So let me know what you guys are wanting to see. I'm gonna put up a poll on my YouTube channel and have some options there for what we can talk about in the live stream and what might come up. Thank you guys so much for being with me. This has been so much fun. We've got so many great things coming up. I'm reading Age of Apocalypse in earnest, and I'm going to be doing that really fun comic book education series. I hope that you guys will all be here for it. Please follow me on Instagram for all of the latest updates, everything that I'm doing, and to see when my videos come out. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye, friends.